guys, welcome to the channel. This is a 2026 Mustang GT. This one is with the 6-speed manual, and it does have the active exhaust, and this one has the 301A package, so it does have a few extra features over a complete base model. Well, let's go ahead and check it out and see what it comes with. So starting off here in the front, the GTs have this nice aggressive front grille, LED triple beam headlights with the sequential turn signals. We got the heat extractor in the hood. This is carbonized gray. You guys can see there. Does come with Brembo brakes from the factory, even on the base without the performance package. These are 18s, gloss black wheels. They're a little dirty right now. Got the new 5.0 badge on the side there. This one does have a little spoiler on the back. And like I said, it has the active exhaust, so it sounds really good. We'll get a sound clip in just a second. But it looks nice from the back as well. These tires are 255s all around, so they're not the widest tire in the world, especially for 486 horsepower, but they work. But people with Mustangs, especially if they get like baser ones like this, usually they upgrade them, so they put like aftermarket wheels and tires and stuff on them anyway. But nonetheless, it looks pretty nice. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and see what we're working with. All right, guys, so popping the hood, we got the 5-liter Coyote V8 engine. It makes 486 horsepower and 418 pound-feet of torque. And this particular one, because it does have the active exhaust, has a really nice engine cover. It does come with hood struts and dual intakes now for the Gen 4 Coyote. And that's kind of nice how it says Mustang on there. All right, so you do have keyless access. So you just walk up and open the door. And looking at the door panel, it's hard touch up here because this one's not a premium. So this is hard plastic, but you do have the soft touch right here. Cloth material right here. The seats are cloth, but they're very comfortable. And then on the outsides of the seats, because this one is the 301A package, it does have this Active X vinyl type material on the outsides of the seats. And it also comes with a power seat because it's a 301A package, because the base would not have a power seat. So previously on the S550, all the GTs would come with power seats, but now you have to get the 301A package to get power seats for the GT, which could be a plus or minus. Some people might want manual seats for, I don't know, ease of use or less weight or whatever. Got this leather flat bottom steering wheel. Well, it's kind of like a pleather material, but at least it's wrapped and it's not plastic. Automatic lights. It does have the dual screen set up, but let's go and hop inside here. So on the S550 generation, and I'm talking about like the 2018 through 23 model, if you get the 301A package, you get like a light up door sill right here, and then obviously the premium came with it, but now you don't get that. I don't even think you get that on the high end ones. So that's something that they kind of decontented the car, which is a little disappointing, but you know, it's not the end of the world, I guess. All right, so sitting here inside the car, we have our drive mode switches right here. There's a bunch of different drive modes you can go through. Normal, sport, track, drag strip, slippery, custom, which you can kind of make your own, and then normal. So on premiums, it actually comes with the same screen now. But if you get the premium with the 401A package, then you get the full screen, like the one that's connected. So that's another thing they did for 2026, which is a little weird. Down here, no wireless charging, anything like that. That's not offered anymore, but this one being a base 301A package wouldn't have it anyway. And you have 2 USBs. You have a 12 volt electronic parking brake on this one because it's not the performance pack with the drift brake. We got storage in there with no light. They took that out for 26 as well. If you get the 301A package, you get a light in here, but not anymore. And then over here in the glove box, you got some storage space and no light in there either. But these screens are really nice. They're nice in HD. The gauges you can change to a bunch of different settings. I'll briefly show this to you guys, but at this point, everyone kind of knows what they do. Oh yeah, we do have exhaust modes. Like I said, I'll go over that in a second. But I'll just show you real quick the different ones that you can go through. Normal, sport, track. Those ones are more like modern looking. I like the classic one. And I also like the Fox body one. And also the Cobra one too, honestly. I'll probably leave it on the Cobra one. I like that one because it kind of stands out. So I'm going to leave it on that cluster theme right now. But aside from that, back seats, nothing really to see there. Maybe you can put kids back there, but other than that, the back seats are not really usable. This is more of like a coupe. It's more of like a two-seater type vehicle, honestly. One change that they did for 26 that I've noticed, and let me know if I'm wrong on this, but the mirror has more adjustability now. Because before, the mirror would like get stuck on this thing. If you're tall, you'd need to move the mirror up, right? And it would kind of get stuck on all this like plastic stuff in here. But now the mirror can be more adjustable. So that's one change that they made for the 26 that I've noticed. Let's see if this is light. Oh yeah, that does have lights, okay. But let's go ahead and hear this exhaust, and then let's take this baby for a spin, because we got a 6-speed manual. We're gonna see what the manual's all about, and I'm excited for this. Guys, I absolutely love the factory exhaust on this. It sounds really, really good. And with the manual, you can rev it all the way up, because the autos have some stupid rev limit at like 4,000 RPM. But the manuals, you can rev it all the way up and it sounds really good. Super loud from factory. You might not even really need to change it. All right, guys, I got you set up on the POV hat. Hopefully you guys have a good view of everything. This one stickers for around like 52,000, 51,000. So it's a lot better than the Dark Horse I showed you guys a little while back, because the Dark Horse is obviously really expensive. You get more stuff obviously with the Dark Horse, but this is a base GT. Well, this is not technically a complete base, but a GT that's more on the basic side is kind of more people's speed in terms of like the price point and then also the value for dollar. But let's get rocking and rolling here. This car is really easy to drive too. So like if you're new to manual or you want a car that's good to learn on, this car is really good to learn on. So it's very easy to drive and it's very forgiving. Feels good so far. I love the sound. I'm gonna leave the exhaust in the loud mode because that's the mode I care about. This would be a fun car to just cruise around because it sounds good. Now, if you guys are into racing, I'm into racing. The manual is not the way to go if you want to race your car. But it adds for the fun and it adds to just cruising around and having a good sounding car. And it's not like the manual is slow, it's just a lot slower than the auto. Even with the best shifter because the gearing and everything else. This sounds really good. And the brakes are incredible. Slows down like nothing. Whoa. I got the auto rev match on, which is very enjoyable. Rev match is perfect every time, obviously being a computer. Alright, we're gonna try to take off a little bit here. Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta admit, that's pretty fun. This is a really good performer for the money, and you can't get a V8 for this price point. Gears are pretty long, so you know, I'm in 4th gear at 50 miles an hour. It's only at like 2,200 RPM. I can go to 5th. Oh, that's 3rd. 5th is 1,700 RPM. It is pretty fun, I gotta admit. Let me make sure the traction control is off. I'm not gonna turn it all the way off because that's a death sentence, especially in a Mustang with 255 all seasons. But just so it doesn't cut any of the power, just so I can kind of see how it drives. I know sometimes these manuals in the Mustangs, they kind of lock you out of second gear. Sometimes you try to shift it fast and stuff. Oh look, the Corolla's taking off on me. I can see getting bad gas mileage in this because it's so fun to just kind of ring out the gears because it sounds so good. But you don't buy a Mustang GT for gas mileage. If you want gas mileage, get an EcoBoost. Ford did a great job with the factory exhaust on these, like no issues there. And there's tons of room in here. So like I'm 6'6", pretty long legs, pretty long torso. Headroom is fine. Like I am close, but there's room. And leg room is fine as well. With a manual, I tend to sit a little closer to the pedals anyway, but I still have room for the seat to go back. So you guys can see there, I just moved it back a little bit more. So room is fine, especially if you're a taller person. Visibility is pretty good in Mustangs too. It's very easy to get used to. The windows aren't too huge, or excuse me, the windows aren't too small. You know, the visibility out the back is fine as well. Like I said, the mirror is more adjustable now, at least from what I've noticed. Let's try these different modes here. So let me put myself in, let's put ourselves in track mode now. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference with anything. I know with the automatic, it changes like the way it shifts and all that, but I don't know about the manual if it makes any difference. That's a lot of fun. Take this corner. Okay, you can feel the tires kind of a little bit. Not a ton of grip, obviously, you know, 255 all seasons, right? This doesn't have summer tires or any of that stuff. But yeah, I think the highlight is honestly just cruising around, sounding good. The power is plenty. Like I said, the only thing is that it's just slower than the auto, but the power on its own is plenty. Obviously 486 horsepower. That's fun. And I can understand the appeal to the manual. Like, it's satisfying, you know, when you hit that good gear, and you know, it's definitely has the fun factor. And the 10-speed can be a little funky in terms of like the way it shifts and stuff, and being so many gears and all that. So, you know, at least you know with the manual, you know, it's just basically how you drive it, really. Although I have driven cars with a really bad manual. This one is really nice to cruise around. Now, I don't know what it's like as far as like doing, you know, high performance driving, but just cruising around, it feels nice. Steering wheel feels good. I like the flat bottom. You know, the material's kind of pleather feeling, which I think it is, but it still feels much better than like a plastic steering wheel would. And it's nice and squishy, so, you know, it's nice to grab onto. Alrighty. See if we can do there's a little traffic. I don't want to do anything crazy. See, that's why you gotta be careful. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. And the brakes are so good too. Obviously the Brimbos, the 4 pistons in the front. Actually, I kind of preferred, oop, let me turn lane keeping off. I actually kind of preferred like the way normal mode drove better. Track mode feels like it's like, I don't know. The track mode doesn't feel as good. I like the way the normal mode felt. But if you guys enjoyed this video, this car is for sale, and we also have a ton of other Mustangs, as you can tell. And you're interested in one of these Mustangs, feel free to let me know. I'll leave some info in the description. The nice thing about manuals, when you're backing up, you can just kind of make a bunch of noise if you want to. And it has parking sensors, so how about that? And we're done. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.